What's our goofy opener going to be? I have an idea.
All right.
It's pretty dumb.
All right.
We should sing the Star Wars theme, but instead of notes, just say podcast. Like
Podcast. Listening to podcast. Talking about podcast. It's our podcast. Like that.
do that one more time.
Podcast. Listen to podcast. Talk about podcast. This is our podcast.
Guys, Star Wars Battlefront came out when we're recording this. We're a little obsessed. Welcome. You're listening to a Baltic Avenue Productions podcast. If you're joining us for the first time, thank you. Welcome. I'm Will, your host, and I'm into comic book names and 8-bit games.
And I'm Jason. I'm from the Twin Cities, and I live with two kitties. They're the best.
What are your cats' names?
Peach and Daisy.
Oh.
The Super Mario princesses.
Which one do you like more?
Daisy.
Clear.
She fetches. She'll go for bottle caps and shit.
That's awesome. Our next segment is called That's Crazy, Brah. Each week we're kind of like going through the crushing reality of normalcy and like boringness and mundaneness. But every week something interesting happens. Something that like breaks the mold a little bit, whether it's a dude groping you at a club, whether it's like a really good salad at a restaurant. There's something that like is interesting that was different about this week, and that's what we share. It can be good, it can be bad. So Jason, what's crazy this week, bruh?
Well, bruh, I went to Walmart and came back, and I was a little pissed off, and my girlfriend was there. And are you familiar with the term chain-zinger?
Yes, I'm semi aware of a chain-zinger.
You got a big old smile right now. You got really excited about that. Do you want to explain what a chain-zinger is? And then I'll go into what happened.
I mean, I feel like
maybe the best way is just the example.
I was gonna say, why don't you just tell me the scenario? So my favorite thing about a chain-zinger is I feel like people don't really know what it is.
But you've heard them and you've been there for them and everything.
Like it happens. You're kind of like, what just happened? Then you're like chain-zinger, and
it's an insult mixed with a joke that sneaks up on you. So what happened was pretty much I walk in and my girlfriend, and we'll talk about this in today's episode with the Aziz Ansari show. My girlfriend has a horrible habit of leaving her coats everywhere. Just like 5 coats are messed around our living room. And I come in and I just kind of walk around. I'm like, hey, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm like, the storm's getting really bad. And it was raining that day. She's like, it's just raining.
It's been raining every day.
It's been raining.
Let's be honest. We live in Portland now. Minneapolis is now Portland.
But she's like, I guess it's been raining a little bit. And I'm like, well, yeah, but that storm seemed pretty big. And she's like, no, it wasn't that bad. I'm like, well, didn't you feel it or anything? Like, there must have been a hurricane. She's like, no, what are you talking about? And I'm like, well, your fucking coats are everywhere. So it looks like we got hit by El Nino.
Boom. So chain-zinger, son.
You lead them along, you confuse them a little bit, and then you actually get to the point you want to make.
Dude, that's a high performance chain-zinger.
Oh yeah, no, I went to the bathroom first and kind of thought about it for a second.
That's like one of those things. That's like one of those things you like lay in bed at night and you're like, I'm gonna work this joke over in my head until I come over tomorrow, and then I'm gonna get someone back.
So what's new with you, brah?
I had a really like uncomfortable flirtation this week. But like it wasn't uncomfortable because I was uncomfortable flirting was happening. It was uncomfortable because like they responded to a joke with a joke that went to like a really dark place. And I was like, and honestly, like probably outside of the context of being at work on the clock, like I would have been okay with it. But like, I don't know. So I mean, let me set up the scenario. So I work at a restaurant I won't name. But we have a kids meal. The menu technically says 12 and under, but lots of college kids get it because they're poor and cheap. And so this pretty cute girl comes up and orders a kids meal. And one of my employees goes, well, are you 12 or under? And then she kind of like, she does like this like kind of sexy smile a little bit. And she like kind of winks a little. And she's like, I could be.
Weird. Uncool.
dark.
Not cool.
Well, I mean, and like I mean, she seemed like a sorority girl. She seemed kind of young, so like my guess is like I don't know if she understood the context of what she was saying. But like that joke was so dark, I wanted to like take a shower.
That sounds like something I would have said, and then like walked out of the restaurant and just like thrown everything I just bought away. Be like, I don't deserve this. I need to go home. I'm a bad person. I do those all the time. Where you just say something, you're like, yep, that was a mistake.
So that was pretty crazy, bruh.
That or she loved it. She loved making you feel weird.
I mean, if it is, I think she might be my soulmate. All right.
What's next on the docket?
Well, the needle has lifted from the record of that segment. The eagle has left.
The nest?
I almost said the station. The eagle has left the station.
Your stupid phrases.
The bumblebee is in hibernation, as people say.
Which people?
I believe.
You hang out with weird people.
I think it's the phrase the pygmies use a lot. If you read some National Geographic, you would know that people say the bumblebees are in hibernation.
I mean, does that mean we're done? Are we done?
We're done with the segment. We're moving on. Life is a highway.
So now the bees are out of hibernation.
No. The crazy bro bees are going to rest. They'll wake up and kind of brush dust off next week.
And the buffalo is out of the cave now.
You see, like that doesn't work. I just think you don't know how to do it.
It's an old Guatemalan saying.
Guatemala, they were any.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
From the northern Guatemas.
I mean, everyone knows the Guatemalans tragically hunted the buffaloes to extinction.
Yeah. Well, until they hid in the caves.
Anyways, let's be serious. We're moving on to the thing, right? We're at the thing.
Is it time?
I think it's the time for the thing. So now we have reached the segment of this show called The Pitch. This is the thing this is the reason you're here.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for.
Jason doesn't know what's going to happen, but you, listener, you know what's going to happen because it's in the episode title. But like, we have finally reached the point where we're going to talk about the thing we want to talk about.
Yay, I get adulthood homework.
Yep. So I'm gonna pitch a thing to Jason, and he's gonna go home and experience it, and then he's gonna come back and report back how he felt about it. And this week I'm talking about an NPR show called The Tiny Desk Concert. Are you familiar with these at all, Jason?
I know of one NPR show. It's Wait, Don't Tell Me.
So what it is, it's kind of like I don't know if like web series is the right term for it, but like it's a YouTube thing they do. It's for the YouTubes. And basically what it is NPR has a really, really popular, famous podcast about music called All Songs Considered, which I'm sure you might guess is a spinoff of their other really famous news show called All Things Considered.
But little do you know, it is not.
What? No, it is.
Oh, damn.
It is. It's totally just like that thing. It's them branding. It's like Microsoft just putting Xbox on everything now because Xbox is their like only successful brand. Like, heck, get this Xbox phone, Xbox Chromecast.
It's the only thing. You're right. It is the only thing they
have. No. I mean, like, it's Xbox is the only it's not the only thing that hasn't been successful. Obviously, Microsoft's a little successful. Xbox is the only cool brand they have ever had.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
No, it is the only cool thing. So anything that is targeted for our demographic just gets Xbox next to it now.
Yeah, even there's some soccer team in, I don't know, foreign land that
not America.
They don't have Microsoft. They have Xbox across. I think it's a green team. Ireland? That's a safe bet.
Oh yeah.
Digging my hole. Keep going.
So what it is these hosts come across a lot of musicians and they get them to come into their studio and they perform kind of like a mini like 10 to 15 minute concert that's like pretty cool. But the gimmick of the show is it all happens at Bob Whalen's desk.
Okay.
So it's a tiny desk concert because they're performing at a desk.
Is he just the only person in the crowd, or do they actually have like a crowd?
It's not really cut to see an audience. It's like not clear like how live it is.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like Bob Whalen's desk is not, and the show is not actually Bob Whalen's desk. Like they have like a studio with like a desk set up that makes it look like that. I mean, I can't imagine like Adele comes into the office and there's just like desks of people around and she's just like, she's killing Set Fire to the Rain, and like this dude next to her is just like editing car talk.
Editing car sweeper.
Editing car talk.
Oh, that'd be funny.
No, so I mean, the cool thing about it is there's like over 100 of them now. Like they've been doing this for like a long time. And so I don't necessarily like need to recommend like specific things, because if you like are even somewhat plugged into music, there'll be people that have done stuff that like, oh, I want to see that. I mean, and like the thing that's like cool about it to me is like it's one of those things that like gets a little addictive. Like one pops up in your like social media feed, I'm like, oh, that's crazy, I'll watch this, and then like, oh, I kind of want to watch another. Oh, I kind of want to watch another. I mean, in the way I consumed this show this week was at the gym. I kind of just like put a playlist of like all 100. And I was on the treadmill, and I was just like listening to stuff and watching Tiny Desk concerts, and it was great. Another cool thing about it is there's kind of become a tradition in the show that certain artists take it upon themselves to give a type of Tiny Desk performance that they like that is outside of their normal like musical range. Now, a really good example of this is do you know the musical entity named T-Pain?
I have heard of T-Pain.
My only cross, because I'm a nerd, the really only the thing I know about him for is like On a Boat. But like in that song he's like all auto-tuned. He's all auto-tuned.
He's a lollipop dude.
He's a lollipop tuned?
Lollipop dude. Hey, make a like a lollipop. Go carry it.
No. I believe you. I didn't realize you were referencing a song. For a second, I'm literally like, is he doing a Munchkin? No. Is he singing "We Represent the Lollipop Girl"?
You could see him in the background when he was a kid. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like a 6-footish black man with dreads that always does auto-tune would stand out in Munchkin Land.
With little eye drop tattoos.
Like that. I mean, like that's definitely something I would like remember.
Welcome to the streets of Munchkin Land, bitch. Lil Wayne on the streets.
It's not Lil Wayne. It's T-Pain. They're different people.
T-Pain. I was.
There you go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Another opportunity to call Jason racist.
I'm not.
They all look all African American rappers look the same to you.
No, just those two.
Just T-Pain and Lil Wayne.
They are kind of the same rapper. I'm sure somebody at home is pissed at me. Nobody's listening. Who cares?
Anyway, so. The reason about T-Pain is like this is an episode you should seek out because he does it at a Tiny Desk concert, but it's acoustic.
T-Pain. Wait, T-Pain did an acoustic concert?
Yeah, he's just like singing into a microphone, no gimmicks.
What?
Do you want the horrifying thing about it is?
What?
He's really good.
I'm actually excited to hear that.
He's
I
like
want to respect him. He's pretty popular.
It's like one of those things that like it's like one of those things that like breaks your heart though. You know, like this guy is like a legitimately good R&B singer. But
I've been making fun of him for so long.
No, but like as a legitimately good R&B singer, he never would have made it because they're like a dime a dozen. Mm-hmm. You know, and so he kind of like found this gimmick that got him recognized, and then the gimmick became his entire career. I feel like it's kind of similar to Lady Gaga. Like Lady Gaga, if you've seen footage of her performing before she made it, she's an amazing piano player. She's an amazing voice.
Yeah, she's really talented.
But like she wasn't gonna make it as that, so she just became weird in like what she is now, which isn't bad. I'm a huge Gaga fan, but like it's not legitimate as the high society crowd would view.
I feel like the term sellout is thrown out way too much, but that would get categorized under that. I feel like that's not justified, but I feel like they would get criticism.
Well, I mean, like Bad Romance has like a couple of 100 million views now, so I mean, I feel like Lady Gaga won.
Bad Romance might be my favorite of her songs, but we're not talking about that.
No, we're talking about Tiny Desk concerts. Who I'm pretty sure Lady Gaga has a Tiny Desk too.
Ooh.
Don't quote me on that. No, but T-Pain, seek that one out. Adele does one.
I'm gonna watch that one.
That's really good.
She wails.
Are you a fan of Jack's Mannequin at all?
Love Jack's Mannequin.
What's that guy's name? Andrew.
I don't know it.
The thing that sucks is like he rebranded. He's a different band. He's a different music outfit now.
It's like the third time he's done that.
No, but I can never remember his name, and it sucks because his name is part of the band title. It's like Andrew in the Wilderness, and whenever I want to like listen to his music, it's really hard because I can't remember his name.
Where's my phone? I really want to look this up.
No. Nope. Put it in the comments, ladies and gentlemen.
We know what we know. Speaking of Jack's Mannequin, actually, I saw a really bad band last night, and I described them afterwards as they are every Jack's Mannequin song I skipped. Like, that's funny that you bring them up today because it was just last night. I was pissed. This band sucked. I don't want to give bad publicity out there, but the good band of the night was Isley.
Okay.
Throw that one out there.
Good to know.
From, actually, damn, good episode to bring that up. Their old name used to be Mos Eisley, which is a Star Wars reference. Switched it up to Isley. And They Wail.
They Wail?
The band that followed them sucks.
Yeah.
But Isley wails.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's pretty much Tiny Desk concerts. I
Concerts. I put performances.
Yeah, man. I don't know what else to say. Watch them.
Oh, what was, I got a question for you.
Sure.
What was, off the top of your head, what was the best one you saw, the most entertaining one?
Adele. I mean, Adele fucking killed it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, Adele kills it every time, though. Like, Adele has a CD coming out in less than a month right now. I'm pretty stoked.
It's going to be number one again.
Do you know why everyone hated the new James Bond movie?
Because Adele didn't sing.
Because Adele didn't sing the theme.
Yep. Skyfall's awesome.
Yeah, Words on the Wall or whatever I can't remember the name. Terrible. It's garbage. It's a garbage song.
Who sings it?
Some British dude.
All right.
It doesn't matter. His career's over because everyone hated that song.
Nice.
I'm not joking.
Taking them down one at a time.
What the side topic for a second? I just got excited about James Bond music. What's your favorite James Bond theme?
A Skyfall, probably.
Really?
It might be Skyfall. Live and Let Die. Hey, Guns N' Roses song.
Yep, that's pretty good. What's the name of the one Madonna did?
Diamonds Are Forever? I have no idea.
No, The World's
Not Enough?
No. It's one of the Pierce Brosnan. This is gonna bother me.
Oh wait, no, that Jack White, Alicia Keys one. Just another way to die. Then he's all like,
There's a Jack White James Bond song.
yeah, dude, it's with Alicia Keys. It's awesome. That I might have a Jack White episode coming up.
Oh boy. I mean, I know a lot about Jack White. I don't know if you need to.
Damn.
I listen to Blunderbuss like.
Great album.
I listen to Blunderbuss like maybe once a week.
I had a couple ringtones from that album.
Anyway, I think we're done with Tiny Desk concert. So we're moving on to our next segment. This segment, which is debuting this week. This is the first week we've had the verdict, right?
Ooh, that's right.
It's a debut, new segment. So last week, or 2 weeks ago for you guys, 2 weeks ago, I pitched a little show called Master of None, who is created and starring by a little cute brown Indian guy from North Carolina. His name is Aziz Ansari. Maybe you'll know him from Go-Gurt commercials.
And Parks and Rec.
And
his stand-up.
And 30 Minutes or Less, which is a critically underrated film. But yeah, he's a pretty funny guy. He's a handsome man. And I kind of saw Jason on why I thought this show was worth watching. And now Jason will share his thoughts about what he thought about Master of None.
I loved Master of None. That show is funny as shit. I'm serious though. There was at least one moment each episode where I at least burst up laughing. And that's half of them were by myself, which is kind of telling you something. It takes a lot for somebody to just start laughing.
Oh yeah, I almost never. I chuckle a lot too, and I watch it all by myself.
And some of it just comes from because you're right. It is very much like Louis, where some of the jokes are just that awkwardness that you're just like, yeah, been there. Like where it's so relatable. Where you're just like, yep, that moment sucks when that happens. But I mean, there are also some really funny jokes. Damn, we forgot to look it up. Either Tim or Eric, I think it's Tim from Tim and Eric, is the co-star in the show. It's Aziz's best friend.
Yeah.
And they have one episode where he's super obsessed about a bounce house, and that's just hilarious on its own. So it does have little things laced in and out of it. They're just great.
My favorite Tim/Eric B plot of the series. When Aziz's girlfriend and him go to pick up a couch from Craigslist. And he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a bad cop,
that
good guy." And he gets there, and he's like, oh my God, this couch is amazing.
We have to take it right
And he like
now.
starts like rolling around on it. And she like pulls the guy aside. He's like, yeah, like I really like this couch. Like I know you need $300, but like he's a little special.
Yeah, that's right. My favorite one of his B plots was the Pero, little stuffed animal guy.
Oh my God, the parrot.
Almost the same thing where he goes in thinking this thing's stupid and then loves this therapy stuffed animal, falls in love with it. Where like in the next scene he's watching TV with it.
I wish the parrot would have like stuck around. Just like been a thing they like weaved into the whole show.
Maybe.
I mean, it'll probably come back, right?
Yeah,
like
maybe
you
it'll be
can't
in
have
season 2.
something that okay.
That's why social media is so great, because we get our opinions out there. And I know at least on like Rick and Morty and a lot of shows, they stay tuned to social media. They want to know what we want to see. So hit up social media about Pero.
Yeah.
Hashtag save Pero. What else? Oh, I wanted to cover this real quick. This was a little weird. The credits at the beginning of the show. Mm-hmm. That's a weird thing. That threw me off every episode.
It's a nod. It's a nod to Bollywood, actually.
Really?
Which is super cool because like he's Indian.
That's awesome. And his parents are played by his parents, which I thought was cool. That makes me respect him even more.
Yep.
Giving little nods to his heritage and stuff.
My question about his parents. I didn't know that. That's a real cool factoid.
If you would pay attention through those credits.
Okay. I want to know how much of his dad is written and how much of his dad is just like his dad.
Just him ranting.
But like the way his dad like says bro and like stuff like that is amazing.
Yep.
And I really want to think that's what his dad is really like.
Yep. Trying to be all hip still.
Catch you later, dude.
I noticed that Tim, bounce house, bro. And I freaked out. My girlfriend didn't get it that we'd been saying bro all day.
Bruh.
After I started watching that. So she's like, what? I'm like, bro. And that's pretty much the end of their conversation.
Would you say you caught a bro in the wild?
I did. These stupid phrases.
You just encountered a wild bro in the grass.
What else? I learned Buster Rhymes' name was Trevor. Buster Rhymes is in an episode, and the head guy is just like, oh yeah, no, this is Trevor. Buster Rhymes' name is Trevor?
Yep.
That's hilarious. There is one scene, they go to Nashville. Let's move on to talk about, because in Aziz's in the show, it starts off, he's basically on the dating scene.
Yeah, so my pitch originally was pretty spoiler free.
Yes.
We're probably transitioning into some spoiler material. So if you haven't seen the show and like spoilers are a big deal to you, wait for my hand signal to tell you when we're done.
Yes, good. That's a good way to do it.
Yep, definitely. They'll know exactly when it's happening. Okay, go talk about what you're going to talk about.
All right. So the show starts with Aziz kind of going through the whole dating life, and they have a few episodes there where he's going on like auditions and stuff for shows and meeting girls there, and he kind of mixing with his friends. But eventually, he meets up with this girl. I forget her name, but she was in the first episode, and basically they kind of re-meet up a couple times throughout the season, and they go into like the last couple episodes. Their relationship's getting pretty serious. And you mentioned the morning episode, which is
I think it's like mornings. That's what it's called. I'm pretty sure.
Which was really funny because it like kind of clips forward a year in their relationship every couple minutes to show.
I think it's more like months. Like it's not.
They by the end of it, she's complaining that they have been dating for almost a year now because he hadn't told his parents about her yet.
Yep, that's true.
But yeah, you get to see stuff like just like them having sex in the beginning compared to 6 months later. It's I
don't think I've ever seen anything talk about like how sex gets like routine and like starts to feel like work.
And yet Aziz still made it funny.
Well, no, dude, it's like he's like
little this, and then we're done.
Should we move to the chair now?
Yeah, it's just awkward. I love their relationship though. They're so funny together.
Yeah.
She does like a cleaning lady accent at one point. He's like, "Oh, you want me to clean over here?" And he's like, "I don't know what accent you're doing, but you're a racist, boo."
Oh, dude, I love that. He calls. Dude, there's a part where they name each other's genitals. Her vagina is named Beatrice. I can't remember what he named his dick.
It was something like. I think it was like something like Reginald because he's dignified. It's some rapper. I can't remember what the rapper's name is, but he's dignified, and that's why he names it. Beatrice, awful name, by the way. Right away. But yeah, so they go through their relationship. They're really funny. By the end of the series, though, they're kind of in a weird place. She changes her hair on a whim and then moves to Tokyo because she wants to, which is batshit. Am I safe saying that that's pretty batshit to just move to Tokyo?
Well, I mean, they talk about it.
She always
earlier.
wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, and like I do think there is a thing of like they're like in their 30s now, and like you get like one more blank slate at that stage. Like they're talking about like you get one more blank slate, and then after that you're married, you have a kid, and that's your life.
I guess I can kind of see where that would be scary.
I mean, I don't want to move anywhere.
Oh.
I don't want to leave my house.
Yeah, I know, right? I moved to Minnesota. That's as far as I'm moving. Me and my girlfriend actually talked about that when she said that. She's like, I'm 30. I'm kind of stuck in my ways. My mom changed her degree when she was like 46 or something like. Maybe not quite that old.
I mean, you mean she went back to school for a different degree?
She did. She works.
That's
with
different than
now.
changing your degree.
Well,
changing her degree implies she was in college for like 20 years.
Okay. She was a social worker. She now works with computers. She did, I don't know, 180, but she did 90 degrees.
Oh, that's cool. I'm one of my friends. Yeah,
and
one
I
of
feel
my
like
friends.
That kind of motivates me.
Yeah, one of my
anytime.
friends' dad's was like, I don't know what he did. Luke's dad.
Yeah.
He did something before, and then he went back to school, and now he's a nurse.
Really? See, yeah, exactly. It's never too late. You're fine.
I mean, I'll learn the piano one day.
It's
gonna happen.
5 years ago, I was studying to be a teacher, and now look how far I've come.
And now I am a manager at a restaurant.
Yep. Woo-hoo. Who would have thought a boy from Nebraska would move to Minnesota to run a restaurant?
Oh, I mean, you don't run it. You assist in
I
managing.
make sure it doesn't burn down until the next guy comes in.
I mean, and to be clear, even if it did burn down, you wouldn't like 100% like know what to do.
I would be George Costanza out that door.
You'd pretty much like try a fire extinguisher, and after that, you'd be like, okay, everybody out.
Oh God, the fire's pissed. I just throw the fire extinguisher at it. Let it work, run. Water works on grease, right? End of the show. So moves to Japan, little weird for me. Then you think they lead you to believe he is.
No, he goes to the airport and buys a ticket, and you're like, you think it's gonna be that rom-com scene where he flew all the way around the world to be with this girl, and you get all excited, and instead he just goes to Italy because he's always wanted to be at Italy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was awesome.
I didn't think it was awesome. I liked it. I can respect it. It took me off guard. I wanted him to go to Tokyo, but I can respect it.
Well, no, but
I didn't see it coming.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, this is a good segue to like summarizing the show in a nutshell. Like, one of the things I like about this show is it feels different. Like, it feels new. It feels original. Like, it's a show that's doing its own thing, and like it kind of plays into like tropes and themes of like sitcoms, but then it just kind of breaks with them. Like, no, we're doing our own thing. And it's like, but it doesn't make like a big thing about it of like, look at how different we are. It's just like, no, this is what our show is, and it's different.
I can dig it. Maybe that ending will grow on me in a couple days.
Yeah, I mean,
I did just finish it a couple days ago.
I mean, one of the things I will say is that ending is a little bit lifted from Louis.
Is it?
Yeah, there's a end of the season of Louis where like he's alone on Christmas, he's depressed, and he might kill himself, and then he goes to China. There's maybe that's a theme of like middle-aged comic men going to foreign lands to find themselves. No, one of the other things I'd love to talk about a little bit of like what did you think about like how diverse the show was?
I mean, are you talking about like how like the different cast was completely diverse, or are you talking about just like the plot and everything was just random one episode to the next?
I'm talking about skin tone.
Okay, cool. I didn't want to just jump into the race thing and then get called out. No.
See, you hear this, ladies and gentlemen? He's trying to closet his racism around me now.
I'm trying to watch myself around you. Yeah, you're dangerous. You're my minefield in my career. No, I thought it was really cool. His best friend is a black lesbian woman who is not like the stereotype. She actually has like really good advice.
Well, no, and she like, I don't think I've ever seen a character like her. That character specifically to me doesn't feel like a character. She just feels like a real person.
Oh yeah.
Because she's kind of like ghetto. She's kind of like a rapper kind of thing, but then she's like a journalist, but she's also like a lesbian.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And she knows her way around all their situations because she's like, well, if I were I don't know really what to add on to that, but I really, really liked her. I hope she's a big part of the next season. I hope we get to know her more.
Yeah, I definitely agree because Tim/Eric on the show, they had to let him and Aziz spend some time together, and I definitely wanted some more of. I think it's Michelle, is that her name?
That sounds right. Yeah.
Yep. But No, there's a scene with her where she's explaining like lesbian sex to Aziz, and she's like, "Oh, minimum 10, 12 orgasms," and Aziz is like, "What? Really?" And she's like, "Oh, you're not ready to handle what lesbian sex is."
10, 12. I remember that part. We're just like, that's not possible, right?
I mean, I have some lesbian friends. I hear things.
Oh man.
We can't let it spread. If the word gets out, men, we're done.
Keep it secret.
If the word gets out, men are done.
Great. Well, this is the last generation of my family. What else? I loved the episode about their parents too. Their parents were really cool. I hope they bring them back a lot.
Yeah, that was
his buddy, the Asian dude. His dad was really cool.
Yeah, I really like the Asian dude.
They had the immigrant parents come in and tell like old stories, which were actually really interesting. And the uncle until he died in the next scene.
We talked about Nashville. We mentioned Nashville and then didn't get into Nashville.
24-ounce beers. In case anybody else now knows that 24-ounce can of beer in the scene.
Love that idea of that episode. Like I'm totally stealing that. Like if there's a girl I've been dating for a while, I'm like, let's go to Nashville, or like not Nashville necessarily, but like, and like, dude, it's a perfect date for like the middle of like Minnesota winter where it's like terrible. Like, hey, you just want to go to like Alabama for a day?
Let's go any place south. Yeah, why not?
I mean, like $50, like that's how much I'm gonna spend on dinner. Fuck it, whatever.
That's actually, that's a really good idea. It's better than let's go to that custom pizza place. Where would I go, though? Nashville, actually, I've never been to Nashville.
No, Nashville would be really cool. Nashville would be pretty cool.
What about the great city of Lincoln, Nebraska?
Shut up. Memphis would be cool. Memphis, yeah. Not Tennessee. Tennessee's a state. Austin, Texas would be cool. I've really never been south. Other than Florida, which I don't really like count.
Yeah, same
at least
here.
the parts of Florida I've been to. Like I've been to like Miami and like Orlando. Like I'm sure if I get into the weeds of the south of Florida, it'll definitely feel pretty southern.
Just stay out of Vegas. That's the thing. I feel like that would be the only location you don't go for a date.
Well, I mean, I feel like you can't buy a $50 ticket to Vegas.
No, but a lot of people can find them cheap though. I hear tickets to Vegas are super cheap. We're not advertising for Vegas.
City of Las Vegas. If you like some advertising on the show, give us some money.
Well, thanks for listening to the podcast in the first place.
I mean, you could send me some complimentary tokens too.
Yeah,
I go to Vegas.
I've never been to Vegas.
I've never been in a casino.
What?
Yeah,
I've lost a lot of money at casinos.
That's why I don't get it. I don't understand why people gamble. I understand it. I don't understand the lottery even more though.
Yeah, the lottery I don't get. The casino I kind of justify it as cool. I'm going in with $100. If I'm here for 4 hours and I have fun, I would have paid $100 for that. And hopefully you end up a little bit. Doesn't happen a lot to me because
you're bad at gambling.
100 on red. Damn it. All right, well, I'm going to the bar.
Okay. In the Nashville episode, they like get into a conversation about like what honky tonk is, which is great. They actually like Google honky and then they Google tonk.
Yep. I think at work we found out that a hootenanny or a hoedown is a scheduled party and a hootenanny is an unplanned party that just happens.
What?
Yep, we had that conversation.
Oh my
at work.
God.
Yep, we looked it up and everything.
Dude, I think I'm gonna need to live in the South for a while. It's just something that's gonna happen someday.
Bring your own jug. All right, how we doing?
That's I think we're about wrapped on this segment. So yeah, we kind of talked about Master Numb a little bit.
I really liked it.
I really liked it. Yeah, it's really good. So hard wreck.
Yeah.
Hard wreck. 2 thumbs up.
2 bros up.
2 bra. Double bra.
It's a double bra.
It's a that's okay.
All right.
It is decided that's what it is.
All right. All right. Well, the bear is finally coming over the hill.
Yep, the bear is coming over the hill.
It's grazing in the.
We're coming around to our favorite segment of the week, which we call Little Treasures.
Little treasures.
Little treasures. This is a person, place, or thing in the week that has just been like making us warm and fuzzy. So Jason, what is your little treasure for the week?
My little treasure for the week is I told you I got to go to that show where Isley played the other day.
Yeah, formerly known as Mos Eisley. Did they have to change because of copyright?
I'm not 100% sure.
But
actually.
probably,
yeah.
Fucking Disney.
Really good band though. They're like a family band, but they rock. I got the show from an old college friend, U of A. She gave us free ticket, me and my girlfriend, and we went in, had a good time. So I want to thank her. It's just kind of cool to have friends like that who like will hit you up, be like, got a free show, and you like these guys on Facebook. You want to come see it?
That's really cool.
And I hadn't talked to her in a while too, so it's cool to know that like, she thought about me. Nice. So U of A, thanks a lot for the free ticket last night. Nice. Oh, she writes for City Pages too in Minneapolis, so look her up.
Oh, nice. That's a rag I read.
That's a legit thing.
It's a really good magazine.
Yeah.
Like I think it's the best journalism in the city personally.
She interviews the bands.
Yeah, dude. They did a cover story of Brother Ali about a year ago. That was just like amazing.
Really?
Like he's so cool.
Nice.
I've met him.
Ooh.
I've smoked some stuff with him.
You guys bras?
No, he definitely doesn't remember me.
Oh, okay.
But when we are bras, when we're sitting next to each other at the Grammys in 10 years, I'll be like, dude, I smoked with you at a house party.
You don't remember it.
You don't remember it, but I do. and that will confirm we'll never be friends.
Yep. What about your little treasure?
I mean, I feel like my treasure is pretty obvious. Like my treasure has been percolating in the air. My little treasure is Star Wars Battlefront. There was some glitches and it was hard times getting this game running. Let me tell you. So be prepared for that when you pick it up tonight.
All right.
You might have to get on the internet and figure out what's going on because it was not going. But after hours of like trying to get this game to load, hearing that theme music and like watch Star Wars Battlefront scroll across the screen in that font, I shed a tear. I'm not even gonna lie, I shed a tear. I've waited for this game for like 9 years.
Think about this. I thought about this a while ago. When the new movie comes out in December, there's gonna be a point where the credits start to roll at the end and you hear that. There's gonna be that point where you're gonna be like, it's done. I've seen it. Think about that moment. After the movie's done, you hear the final, the exit theme song.
No, dude, and like the other crazy thing about it is like that movie's gonna end and it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be beautiful, and it's gonna suck that it's over because I'm just gonna want another one right away.
Yep.
But then I'm just gonna like calm down a little. I'm gonna think and like, man, there are 4 more Star Wars films coming out.
Yep.
That are announced. There are 4 more Star Wars films coming out that are announced.
There's 2 in the trilogy. There's Han Solo and
Rogue One.
I did not know about Rogue One.
Dude, Rogue One's the one next year.
Nice.
Dude, do you don't know about that film at all?
No.
It's a heist movie.
What?
It's about the bounty hunter. It's about the group of bounty hunters that stole the plans to the Death Star. It's how they stole the plans to the Death Star.
All right, well, you can't do a podcast on this because I'm gonna see it.
Yeah. anyway, we're no. So
Star Wars Battlefront.
No. The real little treasure about Star Wars Battlefront though is like it's not the game. I mean, one of my really good friends from work came over and like we played. He didn't play the beta. I didn't play the beta, and so we were both brand new to Star Wars last night, and we played it together for like several hours, and like having a friend right next to you to go, what? Amazing. I would highly recommend, if you haven't played it yet, get it with a buddy. Like play next to him, because that's the way we played it in the old day. If you kids out there might not know, but that's how we did.
I missed that. You had to get the extra controller, the adapter to put in so you could have 4 people play?
Yep. No, dude, and like you and, yeah, I mean, I assume you'll probably play with Maggie.
Yeah.
So, I mean, amazing.
She's cool like that.
Perfect 10.
Cool. Well, I'm looking forward. After we're done filming, I'm gonna go get it.
Yep. So filming. There's no film here. Nope. I'm not bailing you out. This is the end of the show.
So yep. Ba-da-ba-da, ba-ba-ba-ba, end of podcast.
This was the podcast. This was the podcast. Now it's over.
Peace out.